Blizzard's most recent patch for Overwatch has introduced a variety of balance changes, along with the release of the new hero DOOMFIST. But the biggest change that I'm going to be mainly focusing on for this video will be on ZARYA and her ultimate change, and how this is going to impact the current meta, and how also her synergy with DOOMFIST and everything works. So, I guess touching on the ZARYA ultimate change first. Pretty much with her old ultimate, it was just pretty much useless against dive. Genji, Tracer, and D.VA could all easily escape from it, so the only real actual targets you had to use it on were the supports and the Winston, and once they knew you had Grav, they would normally position themselves in an area where they were just out of range. So the biggest part of ZARYA, which is normally her ultimate, was essentially useless against the old dive meta. But the new patch has made it so it's impossible for targets to get out of it. So like Tracer can't blink out, Genji can't dash out. So now it went from, being useless against half the team to being able to almost guaranteed kill Genji Tracer instantly. You could just choose to shoot it at their 2 DPS and they're just dead if you get them with it. So it's honestly actually one of the favorite changes I've ever seen Blizzard implement, because it doesn't make Zarya OP against tanks or like a more tanky meta, since most of those heroes can't really escape anyway, but it makes her a lot stronger against dive. So I think that's actually a really good change that Blizzard implemented there. And this can actually lead to a bit of a meta shift. I think dive will still be extremely strong. I think dive can still be the standard, but with DOOMFIST being released also, Zarya DOOMFIST actually worked out as a pretty strong counter to dive. Both of them can pretty much just destroy a D.Va. Zarya can just left click through it and build ult charge off of that, and DOOMFIST can just go in and punch her and do like half her health in like one combo. And also Zarya and DOOMFIST have insanely good synergy together. Zarya can bubble DOOMFIST as he goes in. It's pretty much guaranteed energy for the Zarya, and the DOOMFIST can go in and get out safely by having that bubble on him. And also it lets it's a good combo for the ultimates. With the GRAVITON and DOOMFIST ult together, it's one of the most reliable combos you can do with it. Because with Pulse Bomb, you always have to worry about getting eaten, kind of. With some other stuff, you have to worry about it like not working properly. DOOMFIST ult, as long as you get the timing down properly, there's not really much blocking it besides like maybe a Mei wall or some weird stuff I've seen tried. So they have also extremely strong ultimate combo. And Zarya is also actually a bit of a counter to DOOMFIST too. So if like both teams are running it, Zarya can easily like bubble whatever target the DOOMFIST jumps in on and protects them. So to me personally, this is one of the best patches that Blizzard's put out in a long time. I know I didn't touch in as much as the other changes, but like there's a Rein change where she swings faster, which I think was also pretty necessary. So you can tell, instead of trying to nerf the dive heroes, like D.Va and all that, or Winston, instead of trying to nerf them, they just went with the option of buffing the other heroes which weren't seeing as much playtime. I think that might be, it might have been enough of buffs to somewhat sway the meta. Like I mentioned earlier, I think dive will still be extremely strong. It still could stay as the meta, but I think there's a good chance with more practice, the more teams like scrim on the new heroes, the more like they just give it all a shot. I think you could see a lot more strategy coming out, which I think is good for the game, because dive was getting a bit stale. So I think this should rejuvenate the scene quite a bit.